Hey guys, I'm Michael Niles, and this is my personal assessment video for the New Testament course. For the first question is, how could your background affect how you grew up and your views on the Bible? I grew up in an evangelical household. My dad went through Bible college at Moody, actually, and moved after that to DTS, and he was a youth pastor for a few years. So I grew up in a Christian home who attended church regularly, and this affected my views to be usually pretty traditional. Um, my mom and dad did have some different views. One example would be creation. Is my father uh, doesn't believe in a 6,000 to 10,000 year creation. He believes it could be longer than that, and maybe that Genesis 1 was non-literal. My mom usually believes in the more literal version. For most of my life, I grew up reading the Bible as a literal 6-day creation, and it wasn't until last semester, actually, during my Old Testament survey course, that I rethought that, and some conversations with my dad. Actually, I'm not a literalist with the creation anymore. I believe that actually God created the earth over a longer period of time, and Genesis 1 is actually more poetry form. That's just one example of growing up and how I thought. There's many other things I've grown up believing in, like the time of great miracles and wonders has receded a lot. I think that was something that was during the early church. There's some information about that in Joel, and that many things that will be forever, but some signs will cease. And I think that as the church has grown tremendously, now the church grows in a different way. And that's just another traditional value that I've held growing up in a traditional evangelical home. Some of the books I usually like the epistles a lot, especially being a teenage man. I like the ones where Paul wrote to Timothy and Titus, young pastors in churches, and I think that those really resemble with me, and as they resonate with the same age group and same kind of person, is that I'm going into ministry, not a pastor, but I'm going into ministry, and same age, they're very young. I'm not exactly sure how young Timothy and Titus were, but still many of the same desires, and sometimes fleshly desires that Paul warned against, and says you have to guard against, and those just really resonate with my spiritual growth. Some of the ones I always don't give as much credit are the Gospels, just something I grew up listening to, and I understood the story of the Gospels, and then I don't read them as much now because I know that story. And so that's something I work on trying to go back to, and I need to read these parables because they hold very true truths, and those are worth taking the time to read because they have great life lessons and will help you become more like Christ. And so that's something I have to do in my life, and I have to work at it, is to recognize the entire Bible is helpful for the edification of man and equipping him for every good deed. That's pretty much my personal assessment. Hope you guys like it. Hope it's helpful for your homework. I look forward to studying with you guys over these next 8 weeks, and yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Thank you very much.